Happening right now, 2 local groups are preparing to receive grants to help reduce violence here in our community.
13 WREX's Emily McMinn joins us to walk us through the funding boost and how it'll be used to better our neighborhoods. Emily.
Comprehensive Community Solutions is a local nonprofit organization, and they say they plan to use the grant money to address both specifically youth violence as well as mental health. I spoke with staff members as well as youth involved in the organization on how this grant is set to impact the organization and the community. A big part of what Comprehensive Community Solutions wants to do with the extra resources is preventative when they say youth are most vulnerable.
A lot of the violence that's happening with the youth in our community is happening when they're, not in school and clearly not at home. So how can we make sure, our goal was to make sure that we provided a safe and stable environment for young people when they're not at school and they're not at home or they're not in one of our programs.
For the executive director, this is a chance to bridge the gap between some of the youth already in the judicial system.
Reimagine Illinois grant, which addresses specifically violence, working with young people tied to the judicial system. So we'll be recruiting young people to our programming that are tied to the judicial system.
The grant money will help them to establish a new program tied directly to reducing youth violence.
Help us fund a program we call Alive and Free. And the goal of that program is to address community violence.
Comprehensive Community Solutions also plans to use the grant money in other ways, both for their staff and youth members.
We deal with youth that have been impacted by trauma. Actually, all of us have been impacted by trauma in some form or facet. And so with the grant, we're going to be working to provide mental health services to not only our young people in our program, but also some of our staff.
For the Director of Community Programs, the work of reducing youth violence has already begun.
We are rocking and rolling right now, actually, with the grant. And so we've hired a therapist. We're also going to be hiring 3 case managers.
One youth member says this grant is giving her a chance that otherwise she wouldn't have had.
I really want to appreciate everybody that, approved this grant for us, because I feel like this is a big opportunity and it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that a lot of people don't get.
Comprehensive Community Solutions says they plan to use the additional funding to extend their hours of operations and staffing. Brittany.